Welcome back. We're continuing with straight lines, and this time we are trying to find the equations of straight lines or equations of linear graphs. So let's do these two examples first, then we'll go to number 3. In this example, if you study the example, you can see there's a y-axis, x-axis, and there's a line L1 that forms a right angle with the x-axis. Now it's very important, it forms a right angle with the x-axis. Therefore, this is what we call a special graph. And to find its equation is very simple. It's a special graph going through the x-axis at 5. Therefore, the graph is x is equal to 5. Case closed. That's how simple it is. Now, if we take number 2, in other words, these two lines are parallel this way. Number 2, you have an x-axis and a y-axis. You have the x-axis, y-axis, and you have a line here that goes through my -3, forms a right angle here. In other words, these two lines are parallel. So this is a line through the y-axis at -3. Again, it's a special graph, and to find its equation, it's just one step. You just write down, because it goes through the y-axis, you say y is equal to -3. So, to revise, special graph forms a right angle here, or parallel to the y-axis. It goes through the x-axis at 5, therefore the graph is x is 5. Or x is equal to 5. This one is a line going parallel to the x-axis. Because it goes through -3 on the y-axis, its name is y is equal to -3. So those are two very simple equations, and shortly I will give you number 3. So let me just erase this and put number 3 on the board. I will put number 3 on the board. Right, that was number 1, number 2. Now let's do number 3. Determine the equation of the line passing through the points 2, 7 and 5, 16. Passing to the points 2, 7 and 5, 16. Right. So, determine the equation of the straight line passing through 2, 7 and 5, 16. If you like, we can just draw a little diagram here quickly. So there is a line that goes through 2, 7 and 5, 16. So you get an idea that it is something like that. Right. Remember, it's a rough drawing, so I'm not sure if it's cutting on top or down. It's just a rough drawing. And you want to find its equation. But by plotting it like that roughly, you can see that already that look, it is a northeast line. It'll have a positive gradient, so it gets some clues like that. Alright, so there's 3 steps to find the equation of this line. Step 1. Alright, before we start step 1, you've got to take these two ordered pairs, 2 and 7, and you got to call it x1, y1. You got to call 5, 16, x2, y2. Now, very important. It doesn't matter. You can call this one x1, y1, that one x2, y2, or you can change it around. If you want, you can call this x2, y2, call that x1, y1. It doesn't matter as long as the 1's are together, the 2's are together. So step 1 is calculate the slope or gradient. So that is step 1. So we say m, which is a short form for slope or gradient, is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now it's simple substitution. y2 is 16 minus y1 is 7 over x2 is 5 and x1 is 2. And that gives you 9 over 3, and you have the final answer 3. So m is 3. So we have finished step 1. Now we will do step 2. So I'll do step 2 here. Now in step 2, you want to calculate C. You want to calculate C. In other words, you want to calculate the y-intercept. C is the y-intercept. Y-intercept. You want to calculate C. Now, in order to do that, you must do the following. Put m, which you just found now, and any one ordered pair into y is equal to mx plus c. Oh, by the way, when you find the equation of a straight line, the general form of the straight line equation is y is equal to mx plus c. So that's what you got to do. You got to put m and one ordered pair. So what is m? We already found m. M is 3. One ordered pair. Any one. You can choose any one. Suppose I took 2, 7. There's 2, there's 7. Now here there were 2 ordered pairs. That's why we call it x1, y1, x2, y2. Here there's only one ordered pair. So that's why we can just leave it as x and y. Right? So you call that x, you call that y. Now all these are very important points. You must name it x1, y1, x2, y2 in this step. In this step, just call it x and just call it y. You can use this or you can use that. You'll still get the same answer. Right, now we start. Y is equal to mx plus c. Now, substitution. What is y? Y is 7. So 7 is equal to, what is m? M is 3. Into x, what is x? X is 2 plus c. So we are solving for c. So 7 is equal to 6 plus c. C is equal to 7 minus 6. C is equal to 1. We have now found C is 1. So that's what it is. It is 1. C is 1. It's going through there. Now that was step 2. Now we're doing the last step, which is step 3. I'm just going to go across. And then we write step 3 here. In step 3, it's simple substitution. You got to put m and c into y is equal to mx plus c. That's all. In step 3, you put m and c into y is equal to mx plus c. So y is equal to mx plus c. You got to put only those two. So y will remain the same. M is 3. We found it there. M is 3. X will remain the same. And now you want to substitute for c. C is 1. So it's plus 1. So there we have the equation of the straight line y is equal to 3x plus 1. So that is how you find the equation of a straight line. 3 steps. Step 1, calculate slope or gradient. Step 2, calculate c by putting m and any one ordered pair into y is equal to mx plus c. And step 3, finally, put m and c into y is equal to mx plus c. There are other ways of doing it, but I recommend that you do it in this way and follow those 3 steps. Alright, so shortly what I'll do, I'll give you a little exercise where you can try to find the equations of straight lines and test your ability to find equations of straight lines.